In 1967, the Beatles released Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That iconic photograph on the record sleeve cost £3,000 to produce, making it the most expensive picture to produce for the cover of any album at that time. It features 71 profiles of celebrities, athletes, poets, mystics, actors, and plenty of famous folks. That album, of course, a hyped-up, psychedelic musical innovation that completely changed the game for music and pop culture forever. Later that same year, Bob Dylan quietly releases John Wesley Harding, a stripped-down, very raw collection of 12 minimally arranged songs. In contrast with the Beatles record, Dylan said, "I asked Columbia to release it with no publicity and no hype, because this was the season of hype." The release of John Wesley Harding was so free of any hype. Let's look at the artwork itself. It's a black and white Polaroid picture featuring Dylan flanked by 3 guys standing in the cold in upstate New York. So what's the connection? What does this have to do with mystical Bengali musicians? Well, in addition to folks like Betty Davis and Albert Einstein, the Sgt. Pepper photo features a number of spiritual leaders from the West Bengal region of India. Behind Paul is Sri Mahavatar Babaji. Over here we have Sri Lahiri Mahasya. In the upper left corner, Sri Yukateshwar Giri of West Bengal. And over on the right, we've got Paramahansa Yogananda. And check it out, Bob Dylan. So who are the guys on the cover of Dylan's album? On the far left of the photo, we have Lakshman Das Baul, his brother. On the far right, Purna Das Baul. The guy in the back is Charlie Joy, the local handyman. The 2 Bengali guys were friends of Dylan's. They were also managed by Albert Grossman, Dylan's manager. It was Grossman who brought the Bengali musicians to the US through a connection with Allen Ginsberg, the famous poet who had been living in India since 1962. The Bauls of Bengal are a group of wandering mystical minstrels. Their spiritual music and tradition is a mix of Hinduism, Sufi mysticism, and Islam reaching back thousands of years. Bob Dylan's friend Purna Das Baul had 3 sons. Among them was Bapi Das Baul, who is a friend of mine and therefore a friend of yours. I am Janapriyan Levine, a California-based music producer. I work with a lot of singers of different Indian traditions, and I am a huge Bob Dylan fan. As I produced this track, I really wanted it to sound like it was coming from the 60s, so I used a lot of those same instruments that you hear on the Sgt. Pepper's record, like sitar guitars, the mellotron, and the Wurlitzer electric piano. I gave this traditional Bengali Baul song this rock and roll, psychedelic vintage vibe because I wanted people to relate to the spiritual message in the song. Next time you're on YouTube, go check out the lyric video on my channel. Thank you so much for watching.